This is Dr.R Obulakonda Reddy, Department of CSC Data Science. Now, in this session, we discuss about the topic of types of WEP attacks. So, coming to the course outcome, here the illustrating the attack network that deploy various security protocols in wireless security. Fourth module. So, the fourth course outcome is mapping to the present concept. Now, coming to the topic. So, types of WEP attacks are, this is the taxonomy. So, this is the key recovery, message recovery without a key, message recovery with the key recovery. So, taking the two parameters, static and dynamic. This is the static perspective. This is the dynamic. So, in the dynamic, no AP communications. Dynamic means involving articulation point communication. And coming to the message recovery without a key, message recovery with the key. So it is a static key recovery, dynamic key recovery, static message recovery, dynamic message recovery. So this is the overall the taxonomy about that. Based on this criteria, we have to divide it into a different attack mechanisms. So this is a general scenario with the static or key recovery, dynamic key recovery, or static message recovery or dynamic message recovery based on that message recovery with key, without key. And the static with no articulation point, static dynamic with involving articulation point communication. Now coming to the attacker kill chain. So this is the first setup the first initially set up the total connections, position, physical equipment like laptop, directional, antenna, something they may be set up some equipment. No specific tools are listed. And second thing he wants to go with a finding. So locate the target. What the target you have to be target has to be a attack. So locate the target network. He wants to be in wireless LAN. You want to find with a particular target network. So that is the locate the target network. Third one, capture. So once the target network is identified, then third stage is a capture. So take with a capture, intercept data packets from the air. So within air, the data has to be a capture. And make busy. So the line in that communication has to be busy now. Wait or force target network traffic. You want forcibly created with a traffic here. Make busy. Busy the wait or force target network traffic is unwantedly created with a traffic. And the fifth step is a crack. Execute crypto analysis and capture a crack ng something. So some tools are used. They may be apply crack. Now these are all the mechanisms that this is a chain as to following the WEP attacks, types of WEP attacks. Now coming to the brute force, first mechanism, brute force and dictionary baseline. This is the concept, like taking concept baseline. Here the key index, like taking the table form, in the table form. The time requirement less than the month to exit all dictionary keys. So this is the all dictionary keys are maintained here. So the fundamental power of WEP key relies entirely on the difficulty of discovering the secret key through brute force methods. The dictionary attack targets a subsequent of portable keys to accelerate this. The execution cycle. Now we want to see that execution cycle in concept of baseline. So first one is a capture WEP encrypted messages. Capture to WEP encrypted messages. And the second step, try to decrypt using the whatever you have captured. Capture the integrated vector and a potential key. And then along with whatever the message we have captured, that message has to be decrypted and along with a key also. And a potential key also. Third one, verify the decrypted ICV, integrated check value, and the CRC checksum. This is the mechanism. This is the execution cycle will follow in brute force or dictionary baseline. And the second thing is this is the attack will happen at a 2001. Is a static. The type is initially we discuss about that. It is type comes under static and key recovery mechanism. And this is the FMS attack. So Scott Falter, Maintain and Shamil. So this is the invariance weaknesses. See in invariance weaknesses and integrated vector weaknesses. After that, key output correlations. Check with a key output correlations. So this is the data requirement. Data volume is required with a 9 lakhs packets are required to this, requiring listening traffic networks to 1 to 2 hours. So the propagation of a weak key pattern into the outputs combined with a biased distribution of bits in English text allows an attacker to rederive the secret part by analyzing the initial word. This is the FMS attack. That's initially invariance weaknesses find it, and integrated vector along with weaknesses is finding. Finally, key output and correlations. They may be checking with the key output and correlations because of it is static and key recovery. Coming to the Korak attacker. This is in the year 2004, the Korak attack discovered by internet hacker, that is a Korak. So this is type is static and key recovery mechanism. Data drops. The data drops is 9 lakhs packets. FMS is takes to 9,000 packets, but it is take only 7 lakh packets only. So the Korak will execute it to 7 lakh packets only. The previous one will take as a 90,000 lakhs packets, but it takes with a only 7 lakhs packets only. But mechanism is 16 additional correlations. It's required with a Korak attack is the mechanism is first byte of an RC4 key. It takes to first bytes of RC4 key and the first 2 bytes of the generated key string, and third thing is next key byte. So this is the 16 additional correlations. By establishing these new correlations and maintaining a decision tree based on the approach similar to FMS, similar to FMS, and Korak completely bypass the need for a weak initialization vector and drastically reducing the required data capture. And third type of attack is that this type of attack will happen in 2005, Korak chop attack. So this is the dynamic and the message recovery. So this type of attack will comes under dynamic and message recovery. So this is happened at the first stage, capture one packet. After that, truncate the last byte and guess one value. For plain text. This is done at the second stage. Once do this, truncate the last byte and guess one value for the plain text and go with a third one. Third thing, correct the checksum and send packet to access point, AP. Send packets to access pointer. And the fourth step, if guess is correct, then AP point will be replied. Otherwise, it is to be iterated. Again, it has to be iterated the packets. That is the Korak chop attack. So initially capture one byte, one packet. After that, truncate the last byte guess. Guess one value. It is a 1, 2 something. Guess one value for a plain text. Yes, correct the checksum and send packet. Send packets to access pointer. If the access pointer accepts that is the guessing is right. Otherwise, again iterative the next guessing. So this is the correct chop attack. Comes this type of attack happened at 2005, and dynamic. Comes under dynamic message recovery. And in the 2005 other attack by Beto attack. So this comes under MAC layer fragmentation mechanism. So this is the step is eavesdropper. Eavesdropper will listen to traffic. Eavesdropper means just listen to traffic. Eavesdrop one packet to recover 8 byte of key string. So he is initially eavesdropper one packet is recover 8 bytes of key string. Take a 1 byte, recover the key string. And the second stage eavesdrop prepend an IP header to the airdrop packets. So whatever you have keystring previously that, then it has to be adding with a IP address, IP header, prepend and IP address to the airdrop packets. So something it is like adding like this, prepend to the IP address, IP header. Then next stage, target AP. What is whatever the attacker target AP, that will be passed to that. Third stage, in the third stage, send the modified fragment back to the AP, access pointer. Same thing can be sent to a access pointer. Send the modified fragment back to the access pointer. This is the autonomy of the exploiter access point, target AP. Then next step is the fourth step. The access pointer blindly decrypt the packet, and send the clear text to an attacker. Control the internet host. Whatever he has to control host, that will be sent the packet. This is the bit of attack. And PTW attack, Python, Eric Peace, Rapid Play. So this is the full name of this man. The thing is, in the phase 1, this type of attack will happen at 2007. In the phase 1, capture a packet. The mechanism is, it is take a capture a packets, recover a keystrings, using the mechanism of FMS or Korak foundations, use of that FMS or Korak foundations, capture a packet and recover a keystrings. Capture packets and recover keystrings. Phase 2. Then once to capture a packet, then evaluate the multi-byte correlation functions. So evaluate a multi-byte correlation functions. Then after that, in the third stage, generate a decision tree, like taking decision tree for the key and execute voting mechanism, like so and so RK, like taking with a so and so thing, that will be RK0, RK1, 2, 3 something. It has to be a generated decision tree for key and execute voting mechanism. So this is a mechanism we will following on PTW attack. So this is the discovery of multi-byte correlation claim function between the first 1 byte of RC4 key, the generated key string, and the next I byte of the key. The WP vulnerability matrix is taken with the different attack model. Now see the attack model. First one is a brute force or dictionary. Here it is a baseline. The target is a key recovery. His intention is key recovery. Type is comes under static. And core exploit is, it is exhaustive testing. And the data requirement as less than 1 month. The data is take with a less than 1 month. And the second thing is a FMS. FMS, this is comes under 2001. The target is a key recovery. The target of this thing is a key recovery. It is the type is a static. It is a core exploit is a invariance and IV integrated vector weaknesses. Their data requirement is 90 lakhs packets has to be required. The data is required with a 90 lakh packets. And third thing is a Korak. In the year 2004, this it is comes the year 2004. It is also targeted on key recovery only, and it is the method is a static, and 16 additional correlations is required. It's only done with the packets data requirement as a 7 lakhs packets. Now take with a chop Korak chop attack. This is comes under 2005, and it is also done with a message recovery, and it is the comes under dynamic type, dynamically changes the value, and integrated corrected values, truncation, ICV truncation loop. It's a core exploit as ICV truncation loop. Data requirement as single packet. It is used to a single packet. And the fifth type is a byte. So this is 2000. This is also right at 2005. It is also message recovery, and the dynamic type. Type is a dynamically generated key or message, dynamically generated a message, and the core exploit as a NAC. MAC fragmentation. Its required data requirement as 1 packet or 16 fragments. 1 packet or 16 fragments. And take the next thing as a PTM. So this is arrived at 2007. It's key recovery. This is also key recovery mechanism. It's a static and multi-byte correlation. Clean. So multi-byte correlation. It's a variable or highly efficient. So these are all the WEP vulnerability matrix. See that attack model, which year it is came, and what type of target it is, what type of mechanism it is, either static or dynamic, and what are the core exploits, and what is the data requirement for this WEP vulnerability matrix. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.